Behind substance use disorders are people with stories of struggle and triumph. Dianne O'Donnell is one of those people. She joins us today to talk about what finally motivated her to seek help for her daughter's addiction. Dianne, I'm really happy that you've decided to come out and talk on this show with us, and hopefully some of the stuff you can share, somebody that's listening that might be going through the stage that we're talking about, the intervention stage where you know there's a crisis, you know there's substance use and it's getting out of hand. What do you do next? So I'm really glad that you're willing to come out and share with us. One of the things that I was curious about is I know the addiction was there, but when did you know that you needed to reach out to get help? When did you know that you needed to reach out and get professional help with your daughter?
When everything that I thought I was doing was the right thing to do. And then I realized it wasn't working, that I was not going the path that I needed to go. I was trying to do all the work, and then I noticed Corey wasn't really doing anything for herself at the time, and that her behavior kept on getting worse and changing. And although she had sought some help elsewhere, supposedly going to meetings and things, she just continued to, her behavior changed, her work ethics changed, her personal hygiene and things like that just started really getting out of hand. And then I started reaching out to different places and finding information and reading, getting myself educated, and basically facing the fact that this was happening. And I knew that there was somewhere out there that I had to go. So I went from everywhere from here in Maryland to other states to try to find her help. Our first place we got her was actually in Philadelphia. We got her into a recovery center there.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. It's, first of all, people don't know where to turn. You don't know what to do. There's a certain stigma attached with it. You know, do you even talk about it and bring it up? But it sounds like you got to the point where it was just a full-blown crisis, so you were willing just to do whatever you had to do as a mother to reach out. Were some of the things that you ended up doing, did it kind of go against what you felt like a mother or parent, you know, even should be doing?
Oh yeah. It got to a point that my husband and I had to basically press charges against Corey ourselves. And then we had to, we filed charges. And then it actually got to the point that we did everything we thought we could do, but she wasn't ready. We learned that no matter what we thought, what we were doing, it had to be on her time when she was ready. So the only thing that actually came down to the point where it finally started working was we had to let her go. We kicked her out of our house. We cut off all contact with her. You know, we never stopped loving her or caring about her or worrying about her, but we had to let her find her way. And I think that, you know, not knowing what she was doing and where she was very heart-wrenching. However, I think that's what helped lead her to find that inside of her, that she needed to find the help to get, she had to want it, and she finally came to a point where she wanted it and was ready to seek the help and found the right people and places to go to get the help she needed.
Yeah, that as a parent, and I'm a parent as well, and it's hard to do the things that you need to do, but sometimes the biggest love and the most love that we can give someone with a substance use disorder is not to disown them, but not to just keep enabling the situation and trying to help them do things that they should be doing themselves. It turns out that I know you and I know your family, and I know that there was a good end result of this situation. But one of the things that people might want to know is, what do you do if she's gone to treatment, she comes out, and then there just keeps having these stumble after stumble. How did you handle those situations?
Each time was a little bit different. What we had to learn was the difference in loving her and caring for her versus enabling her, where as time went on and different episodes when things happened, and she did have her setbacks, where we were fully enabling her at the beginning, we learned more how to help her without actually doing the work for her, without helping her without actually helping her. We let her know that we were there for her, and each time that one thing we did learn, that each time that she did relapse, she learned something from it each time. So it's not like she forgot everything else. She just had to come to that ready point, and we had to let her know that we were there, we're here for you when you get that help, and when you are ready to come back without your addiction, you're welcome back to our house. And everything was a slow process. And now, I mean, everything's good now, and a lot of things I don't remember. It's like blinding. You go through all these feelings of embarrassment and shock, and then each time that something would happen and she would seek help, it made it easier for us to want to help her too, the more that she tried to help herself.
Yeah. If somebody was listening right now, so one of the things you had talked about is that you ultimately had to press charges to hopefully initiate some treatment, and I see that a lot. Is that something that you feel was very crucial in getting her into the treatment that she needed?
I do. I really do. I think if it hadn't been for us doing that, and then she was taken into custody and given opportunities to seek help, and in different forms. I mean, she joined a program that went on for a year, followed that program. I think if we hadn't pressed the charges, if we hadn't let her go, that I don't know if she ever would have sought the help that she finally did get, if we would have kept enabling her, thinking we were doing the right thing, and we really weren't. For a lot of what we did, it wasn't the correct thing to do.
Yeah, and that's good, because I think it's a misconception that it's not forcing someone to get help, but it's putting them in a position where they have enough accountability around them. I know your daughter was in one of the diversion programs that kind of is a cocoon of accountability, and a lot of times that's what people with a substance use disorder need. So I really appreciate you coming out, opening up. I know it's not easy to talk about this. Again, the good thing is I know that there's a happy ending and recovery at the end of this story with your daughter. So I want to thank you, Dianne, for coming out and sharing with us today.
Thank you.
Substance use is a chronic disorder, not a personal failure. There is a human face behind every example, and there is real hope that recovery can change your life.